All right, so in this video, I'm going to be answering a common question that I get in the comment section. Basically, what happens when you have an idea for a business name or a slogan, but you're scared somebody is going to take it? How do you protect it? What do you do? Stay tuned for this video. It's going to break it all down. All right, bye. Hey, everybody. It's Temi here, your favorite Houston-based attorney and the host of Ask Temi Live, where we discuss the best ways to establish your business, protect your name, and keep your profits. All right, so today's question of the day, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. So I go back. You guys recognize sometimes I'm able to go back and answer questions in the comment section, but I'm going to actually today choose one from the comment section. We're going to talk about it, okay? Because I think it's one that a lot of people have. It's dealing with fear. But before I get into it, I just want to let you know, I want to give you some insight about the way attorneys work. We have some really strict rules about how much information and how we can answer questions. So sometimes when you go up to an attorney and they don't answer your questions, it's not because they don't want to, it's because we have to be very careful. If we answer questions and you think that we're your lawyer, we're going to get in trouble. We're going to lose our licenses. So attorneys don't want to lose their licenses because we spent thousands of dollars getting those things. And so we have an ethical responsibility based off of the laws and the rules that our profession has. So when people send me DMs, I do love you guys asking me questions because they give me ideas for the videos, and that's why you see different videos come in. So don't stop asking the questions, but just recognize that I can't answer. I'm not going to be able to give you an answer to your question one-on-one most of the time because I don't want you to think that I'm your lawyer. Like, you have to go through the process of making me your lawyer before I can do that so that I don't get into trouble. And this is just so you know that about that for other attorneys as well, because we don't talk about these things. And I'm like, people don't know. Y'all don't work with attorneys all the time. So it's not like we're trying to be really difficult. We literally will get in so much trouble if you think that we're your lawyers, and we're not. We don't want to get in trouble. So all of that's to say, this is a question that was left in the comment section. Let's talk about it. This person is not my client. None of y'all are my client unless you come to my office and we talk and you sign the papers and you pay me my money and all that great stuff. But here is the question. All right. So somebody, this was under the trademark a slogan video. And this is the question that the person asked. Let's see if we can get that to show. All right. So the question that the person asks is, they said, "Hi, thanks for creating this video. If the slogan has never been used by me or anyone else, can it still be trademarked? For example, it's currently in its concepts phase, but I'm scared to put it out there for fear of use, which is why it has never been first used by. Thank you." Excellent question. All right. So essentially, let me put it back up there. Essentially, this person is saying, okay, I have this slogan. I have an idea, right, of this thing that's going to distinguish me. I know it's going to be catchy. People are going to love it. And it's something that came from my mind. I don't want anyone to steal it once I put it out there. And once I put it out there, that's the first of use. Like, it's going to be there for people to know, and I'll be the first one to use it. But then they can copy me. What do I do? Excellent question. There's so many people who don't move forward because of this same fear. If you have felt this way before, I want you to let the person know in the chat, in the comment section below. Just put, add a comment that says, "I felt the same way, bro. I felt the same way, sis." Let them know that they're not alone, because lots of people feel this way. All right, let's unpack it. So trademark world is so interesting. It's all about what distinguishes you in commerce. It's about, and when I say that, it rolls off my tongue. But what it means is that it's really going down to branding. What are the things that help people identify you and say, oh, this came from you? So like when we see the swoosh sign, we know that came from Nike. When we hear just do it, we know that came from Nike. And Nike has invested money and time and effort and energy into programming us to get that, right? They put out the commercials, they put out the messaging in their marketing. They did that. And so because of all that, the government wants to help protect that. Now we have ideas. Now let's lay person, we're people every day in our businesses, and we have ideas, and we don't have the budget that Nike has, but we don't want to lose our idea to the world. Before we can get it to a place of protection, right? Especially if this is a slogan that's going to distinguish you in commerce, it's going to help you stand out. You don't have a ton of options. Your primary option typically, well, I think I should say it this way. When it comes to protecting trademarks, first time in use is the main rule. Like, who's the first person to use this thing that is truly distinct? Now, we have to prove that it's been the first time that you've used it. And one of the strongest pieces of evidence you can have is a trademark registration. Trademark registration brings forth that proof. So I know it sounds like I'm going in circles, but I'm going somewhere. I promise I'm going to get to the answer to your question. And here it is. In those applications, there are two ways that you can apply for this protection. And one way is for people who are in that exact same situation, where you have the idea for a slogan or a logo or a business name, a brand name that's going to stand out, but you're not already there, but you want to protect it from the beginning. The best thing that is available to you is the intent to use application. Now, I have a whole video about this that's talking about what this application does, but essentially people use the intent to use application before they've spent a lot of money doing all the things for that thing, for that logo or that slogan or that business name. But it marks the first time of use as to when you filed this application, even though you haven't started using the mark in business. What does this look like? You see this happens all the times with celebrities. So like, all right, let me use Beyonce as an example because she's just coming out with a new hairline. The hairline is called Sacred. Let me tell you, Beyonce did not just file this trademark application for Sacred last week at the launch party. She knew that this was something that was coming down the line, so she would have to have filed an intent to use application back in the day. And the same strategy that she used, you can use too. Snoop Dogg has used the same thing before he has launched certain products, because you'll hear it in the news. People will say, so-and-so just filed an application for a trademark, right? And so essentially they submit an application to the United States Patent and Trademark Office that says, I have a bona fide, that means a genuine intention to use this particular thing. It could be a slogan, it could be a logo, it could be a business, a brand name. And you're saying, I really want to use this. I intend to use this, but I'm still developing it. I'm developing the products that are going to be going with this. Can I submit this initial portion of my application right now while that's happening so that the United States Patent and Trademark Office can go through its process of making sure it falls in line of the different rules for protection, and when you do that, you go through the same process as any other regular trademark application. The only difference is the proof that you're using it in commerce, you're not submitting it. You will eventually have to submit it before the whole process is over, but they give you more time, right? And if let's say, Beyonce, let's use her as an example again, because this is happening at the time of this recording. She's just doing the launch and it just makes sense to use that. Let's say she's in production, she's created Sacred and she wants to, but there's certain things that are like holds up. So like they're still making decisions about how they want the packaging to look, or their manufacturers are having some issues because they're out of the country and just different things are happening, and it delays the actual production of going to market with the product. The beautiful thing about the intent to use application is you can file an extension. You can say, hey, I need some more time before I can show you the proof that I'm using this in commerce. And they're like, okay. And the good thing is you might have gone through all the other steps of the process. That means you might already know that, hey, nobody else is using this name, right? You already know that there's, that you are going to be able to get it in your particular class and that you're good. Like, it's a very, very, very smart, safe and secure way to protect your idea, but still allow you to kind of do work and make sure that when you're ready to launch, it's there. And you get like 5 extensions. I talk about it in the video. So you can get like up to 3 years of working on the product while you're in this line of use of trademark use. And here's the thing. Let me throw in another benefit just because I think it's important for you to know. So let's say you have this idea. Let's say Beyonce had the idea of Sacred and she files her intent to use application 5 years ago. I'm going to use this. And then somebody else, because God just gives a whole bunch of ideas into the world, somebody else has the same exact idea. They don't know that Beyonce had the idea of Sacred. They had no idea, but they're in their house. They're in Jackson, Mississippi somewhere. They're like, you know what? I think I'm going to have a similar business, but they don't know anything about Beyonce's. They're just like, maybe they're into hair and they're like, you know what? I'm going to create, hair scrunchies. So it's similar, not exactly the same, but they're like, and now I'm already ready to launch, and they submit a trademark application. They put it out there. They've already spent money now on all the branding, all the marketing. They have their pretty logo that says it and everything. All of this is out in the world. And then they submit that trademark application. Listen to what's going to happen. The trademark office is going to handle the applications in the order with which they came. So because Beyonce's application came in first, right, they are going to decide what's going to happen to her before they will look at the second person to have filed. Now, Beyonce's application, even though she's extending it, every extension pushes back when they will get to our friend in Jackson, Mississippi's application. By the time Beyonce finishes and she says, you know what, I'm good to go, here's my proof, and it's approved, years have passed, this person has been in limbo, right? But now Beyonce is approved, and guess what they're going to say? They'll say there was a prior filed application. There was somebody who got to it before you. And the proof is that they submitted this application at this date, which was before you started using it. Sorry. That's how it works. That's just the insight. Like, that's exactly how it would work. And I mean, if you have an attorney, they might be able to help you kind of navigate that. There might be ways that you can kind of go about it and fight it a little bit. But for the most part, that's what that typically looks like. So for the person who asked that amazing question that's still up here, what can they do? This is what they can do. Can it still be trademarked? It absolutely can be trademarked, and you probably want to use an intent to use application to protect it. I know I said a lot, but I think that this is going to be really valuable. Let me know in the comment section if this was valuable, because I spent some time kind of breaking down the way things really are. There is a way we hope things are, and a lot of people are very confident about the law, but they're wrong. They're very confident in the wrong things, and I'm trying to let y'all know how it actually happens. So yeah. Now, if this video has been valuable to you, first and foremost, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Make sure your notifications are up, because YouTube is special. But then after that, follow me on all the platforms. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me here. You've already subscribed, so follow me on Facebook. Go check out the website, and then join the email list every now and then. Listen, I don't spam people. I'm not sending you 500 emails. It's only if I decide to do fun things. Maybe if I'm doing a live or I have some type of unique special that happens once in a while. That stuff goes to the email list first before it goes to anyone else. And I want you to be a part of that. Additionally, you get added to the email list if you get the checklist. And if you're starting your business, I don't see why you wouldn't want the checklist, because it's going to help you keep in mind all the different things that you have to do as a new business owner. I mean, listen, okay? One more thing I'll let you know, because sometimes people like this. There is a free course that I have where I've broken down all these different concepts. You can get to it on the website. I'll put a link to it at the bottom below as well. But that's it. Yeah, that's the major thing. So I'm going to put a link to the intent to use video in this video somewhere, and also in the comment section or in the description box. That's all I have for you. I hope that this was really valuable. Thank you for the question. Keep them coming. We might do this from time to time just to get those questions answered. All right, take it easy. Bye.